In this video we're going to learn how to find an equation for the nth term of a linear sequence. We're going to do it by comparing our sequences to sequences which are in the timetables and then make an adjustment to make them fit our tables. So let's consider our first sequence here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. To get from one term to the other we add on 2 each time. So if we're adding on 2 each time, that gives us a formula of 2n. Let's see how that works. The fifth term would be when n is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And we can see that our fifth term is in fact 10. If we look at our 3 times table, which is going up by 3 each time, that has the formula 3n. And if I wanted the fourth term, for instance, that's when n is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And we can see indeed that our fourth term is 12. We look at our next sequence, the 7 times table, it's going up by 7 each time. So that's going to give us the formula 7n. And if we wanted the 10th term, well, that would be when n is 10, and that would mean the 10th term would be 7 times 10, which is 70. Now let's look at these next 4 sequences down here. They're not in our times tables, but they do have similar rules. This first sequence goes up by 2 each time, so it would make sense that it was 2n. But let's look at the third term. Our formula here tells us that the third term would be 2 times 3, which is 6, but in fact it's 10. Well, how do we get from 6 to 10? We add on 4. And that's our sequence. Let's just check it for the fifth term. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 add 4 is 14, and it works. The next sequence goes up by 3 each time, so 3n makes sense. Let's look at the first term. That's when n is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. I need 7, so actually again I need to add 4. Let's look at our last sequence here, not our last sequence, our third sequence here. It goes up by 7 each time, so 7n makes sense. So 7n, because it's going up by 7 each time. Let's look at our fifth term. So we've got 7 times 5 is 35, but we need to get to 30, so we subtract 5. This next one's slightly different. It's going down by 4 each time, so that's minus 4n. How do I, well, what would the third term be? Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12, but I need a score of 7. Well, how do I get from minus 12 to 7? Well, I add 19. Okay, so I've got 3 questions for you to try here. You might want to pause the video, see if you can do those, and then I'll give you the answers. Okay, so this first one's going up by 4 each time, so that's going to be 4n. I need to make the adjustment of adding 5. This next one goes up by 9 each time, so that's 9n. I need to make the adjustment of subtracting 3. And this last one here is going down by 2 each time, so that's minus 2n, and I need to make the adjustment of adding 13. I hope that went well.